digging through a closet with old CDs, past lives in boxes. Music absorbed till it seeped from my skin. Can't stand to hear it. Means more to me than photographs. Pictures of backyard and northern sunsets are all that exist in my mind. Freshly cut lawns and daytime sprinklers, spider webs on a grey wooden fence. I remember the comedian.
Hello! Back at Ladycross Quarry, and we came on a Saturday in order to have a look at Ladycross Quarry, and there's a sign on the big sign saying that it's closed today because they've got other appointments somewhere else. So that was a bit of a disappointment. Let me tell you a little bit about Ladycross Quarry. There's been quarrying on this site for at least 300 years, possibly longer. The stone from it was used in the construction of Durham Cathedral, Hexham Abbey and Morpeth Castle, and the stone's been used in the repairs to those buildings as well. At the moment there's a nature reserve connected with the quarry, which is what I was hoping to have a look at, and there's a modern standing stone circle. It's a bit of a disappointment that we don't get to see it in person today now, but never mind, gives us more time to walk because we've got a late start. Namely, we've got a late start because the distance between dropping one car off and then coming back to here with the other car. So let's get started. We're off to Blanchland now. There's a Derwent Reservoir over there. That's Slaley Forest where we'll park the car. I love the moors, I love the wide open spaces. I hate to see them being destroyed. This here is Pennypie House. Apparently gets its name because it used to sell pies for a penny to miners and drovers. That fence there is busy fencing off a deep mine shaft. We'll start to approach one of the lead mines that we'll see today. There's another mine shaft. Unfortunately, Neil's forgot his rope, so we can't go down inside it. Not right, Neil.
The only time it would ever be of use is the only time I never bought it. But we had plans to go down. Know that if we had that rope, we'd be down that mine shaft, the Northern Wayfarer and I.
Well, I would have been down it. I don't think he would have.
You would.
I love old mines. Wasn't it what you refused to come to the Nenthead mine because you were
scared of the dark?
Scared of the dark. You said it.
Yeah, alright. Can we cut that bit out?
Nope. We're approaching one of the highlights of this walk. Behind me is Shildon Engine House. There's been mining here since at least 1475. In 1708 the mines were expanded, and the current pump house was built around about 1805. It was based upon a Cornish style pump house in order to remove water from the mines. In 1812 the pump house was replaced with a more economical system that was based on water power, and in 1861 it was converted into flats for miners and their families, and it was known as Shildon Castle. In 1877 the mine eventually closed. Mick, the 12th Sagittarian, has quite a good video of this place, so I'll put a link below for his video. I haven't been able to confirm the facts, but when I was at school we came here on a school trip to learn about the lead mining industry, and I was always told that the galena, which is like the lead ore from Shildon Mine, had a very high silver content, which kept the mine open longer than some of the other lead mines in the Pennines. Apparently the silver was quite profitable here, but as I said, I've not been able to confirm that. Welcome to Blanchland. Blanchland was initially an abbey. It was founded in the 12th century. Most of the buildings that you see today were made in the 18th century. The stone tiling on the roofs was quarried from Ladycross Quarry in 1740. That's where we started our walk, Ladycross Quarry. This is the Church of St Mary. It's part of the original abbey. The main bulk of the building, this part here, is 13th century. The tower, the main part of the tower in any case, was built in the 13th century, and the belfry at the very top there, that was built in the 14th century. The monks were known as the White Monks because they wore white habits. Legend has it that one day there was fog on the moors, and a raiding band from Scotland, led by Black Douglas, got lost in the fog and missed Blanchland. And the monks, in their joy, celebrated by ringing the bells, and it attracted the Scots down onto them, and apparently the Scots sacked them. But how much truth there is in that legend, I don't know. But apparently the monks used to get into trouble because after evening prayers they used to sit around drinking ale all night. The abbey was dissolved in the 16th century by Henry VIII, and the current church here fell into ruin, and it was revived in the 18th century as a village church. Another remaining part of the abbey is the Lord Crewe Arms, which was converted again in the 18th century as a family home for the Forster family. The Forsters were famous for their role in the Jacobite Revolution of 1715. This here is the crypt bar in the Lord Crewe Arms. A pint of the Crewe brew. So that was the Lord Crewe Arms. After the 1715 uprising, Tom Forster was rescued by his sister Dorothy, and he hid out in the fireplace there.
For something more interesting, I highly recommend that pub. It is fantastic. Good beer, but the setting is great. It's like being in a maze. There's lots of different rooms and offshoots of rooms. It's all like old brick stone walls. Brilliant. Didn't eat anything there, but I'm going to be back. I'm going to eat something. Apparently they change the menu every day, so well, I might be there every day. That was really good. That was really good.
There you have it, an independent view. This is a lovely little spot. Walking the border between County Durham and Northumberland, we actually accidentally drifted into County Durham there. Boo, we've already done the Weardale way. Let's get back into Northumberland, where we belong. There's Neil in no man's land looking for the duty-free shop.
No tax in this area. We've got County Durham there, Northumberland there.
Hey, just think, if you built a house here, right in this gap, yeah, you'll not have to pay council tax.
You would. You've got a good 10 minutes there. Alright, so we built our house in the tax-free zone between County Durham and Northumberland, but there is one problem. You're going to get a lot of rubbish. Who's going to collect the rubbish?
Just throw it over there, into County Durham. That's where Alan Metalman lives.
Go over to Alan.
The old chapel's been turned into a house. John Wesley preached in Blanchland a long time ago. One of the founders of the Methodist Church. There's some beautiful little houses here. Lots of little quirky features, like tall chimneys and steep roofs. That one down there's got a little tower. This here is New Biggin Hall. Sadly, I don't have any information on it. I don't think this car wants us to proceed. Spitting on with a tiny little bit of rain, so the weather forecast has got it wrong again. So we're taking a slight detour off the main path to have a look at Belden Mine, but the busy shooting around here. There's a grouse shoot on somewhere, so just hoping that we get a chance to see the mine. That gorge down there looks absolutely awesome. This is supposed to be the site of the mine. I've got a big spoil heap over there on my left. There's a nice flat land here for wild camping, except Donna Van Senior tried to wild camp here. She got caught by the keeper, so be warned. This looks a bit promising over here. Okay, we're getting bits of wall now. This was Beldon Lead Mine. That looks as though it might have been an entrance to the mine actually. The way that's collapsed in on itself there. Fortunately, I forgot my notes for this walk, so I'm trying to go off memory. I think that this mine also had like a Cornwall style pump originally, and then that was switched out for a like water power pump. I might be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure they had a steam pump here at first, and then they switched to water power, and there should be a housing for a water wheel somewhere. Now we're starting to look a bit more industrialised, some more walls and stuff. But this is a protected site. I kind of expected a little bit more, to be honest, for it being a protected site. I was expecting something like the mine at Westgate. I think maybe a lot of damage has been done in floods recently by the looks of it. Yeah, that's about the site, to be honest. It is quite a big site, but it's not as impressive as I thought it would be. You got a lot of low walls here. Aha, this looks as though it was a place for a winch by the looks of it. Let's have a look. There, that looks as though... I have to be careful here, because some of these holes are deep. That looks as though it could have been the housing for a water wheel. Or a winch. You see these big iron posts there, like those. They're usually indicative of a winch or a wheel. See that there looks as though it could be a wheel housing. Looks as though there might have been a double wheel here. In which case the wheels would have been used to pump and provide power. I wonder if there was a shaft here as well. So that was Belden Lead Mine, and this stream here, that's the border between County Durham and Northumberland. Now we need to head back up onto the moors and join the Couriers way and follow that to Allenheads. There's another boundary stone. R.I.M. Rim. So all the land on this side belongs to R.I.M. And all the land on this side belongs to God knows who. It's a stunning piece of walk, this, isn't it? In terms of scenery, I'm really loving this walk. It's so beautiful. So far I think this Grand Tour walk is a massive success. I hope it stays like this, because this is just really, really stunning. Over there. We're on the Couriers Way now. This is an old rovers road that was used for carrying lead from Killip Lead Mine to Dukesfield Smeltworks. We were at Dukesfield Smeltworks on the last walk, if you remember. And this is the road that they used to carry the lead. Me and Neil have done this one together before, so I'll put a link down below when we did it last time. I think it's just the music last time.
We looked at your...
I think I might have spoken a little bit on certain places, but I think most of it was to music.
See how we've aged.
Yeah, we'll see how we've aged. Yeah,
not very well.
I've not got a beard now, and Neil has.
Oh. That's what happens. Time.
I love the bleakness of the moors. That wind's strong though. I've only got about an hour or so of light left. I've got torches. Back at the shooting hut. It was this one, in any case. No, it was this one.
Sure. Might not be fine.
This is where we were last time. Oh, it's nice to get out of the wind, isn't it? Oh, it's really windy out there and we're walking straight into it. Fortunately, we don't have a lot of daylight, so we can't really stop too long. It's 5 o'clock now. We've got 1 hour left of daylight, so better get cracking because, I mean, we've got torches, but still best not to be on the moors when it's dark. It's exhilarating walk, but it's tiring. The scenery is just magnificent, especially if you like open moorland. It's just beautiful. It's very, very windy, so try and make this quick. Over here, just below the sun here, you got Killiplow, and then under the cloud there, on the other side of the sun, is Crossfell. And then, I'm not sure if that's the one, I think that one's the Dod. And then Great Nag's just peeking over the edge over there in the far distance. It's a bleak section, this walk, over the moors. But I mean, I love the moors, so... But yeah, it's quite a slog, isn't it? But it's a nice slog. There's some nice views, and it's nice to feel isolated. That's the best word. Yeah, good. I mean, this is the first section where you really feel isolated. There's some more sections further on when we get up into Cheviot where it's like that. And over there, you can just see that where there's a pass on the road. That's where the car's parked over there. That's where we're heading to now. We have to leave for Couriers way soon, but we just go around this corner that we're coming up to now. You got a trig point over there, and then we bear left and we keep the height in order to get to the pass where the car's parked. I hope the sun's not spoiling that view, because it is really, really nice. We think this one might just be a shooting hut. It's in good nick. This quarry is still active. There's still quarrying stuff here. There's a helicopter landing pad for when the big oil sheiks come for their shooting. Wait until you see the view from here. Awesome. No wonder they got a little seat here. Okay, this here marks the end of section 4 between the border of County Durham and the border with Northumberland. But we've got to park the car in the wrong place, so we've got at least another 3 or 4 miles to do in the dark. I think it'd be safer to follow the road than to try and cut across the moor. Across the moor would be a shortcut, but it'd be too dangerous now. So we're going to follow the road into Allenheads and then follow it back out to where we actually have the car. So lesson learned.
The Northern Wayfarer. The Northern Lost Farer.
Dark now.
So we got back to the car at 8 o'clock. So Neil, what did you think of that walk?
It's quite tiring, this one. So you probably heard that the Northern Wayfarer parked his car in the wrong flaming location. Like the Northern Wayfarer, the Northern Lost Farer, that's what I call them. But it was a good walk, but tiring. Oh my God, we're tiring. 8 o'clock, but it feels like midnight, and our legs are just doing that. Oh. So looking forward to like a big glass of wine tonight and just chilling out in my pants.
Well, the walk would have been good if I had parked the car at the right place.
It was a good walk. It was a good walk.
It was a good walk. There was lots of really nice scenery and some good points of interest, but parking the car in the wrong place, because basically we had to go all the way. With it getting dark meant we couldn't go across the moors because it's just too dangerous because of all the lead mining.
Yeah, there's a tip. Don't attempt that.
Yeah.
If it's dark.
Yeah, if it's dark, definitely don't go across the moors because it's just full of open mines and what have you. So we followed the road back down into Allenheads, and then we had to follow the road all the way back up on the road which goes to Cowes Hill, which is where I accidentally parked the car in the wrong place. And but where I parked the car was really close to the top of Middle Hope Moor Hill, which is one of the Hewitts. So it was a good, I would say at least a 1,000-foot climb out of Allenheads. So it took a good while to get back to the car, like. So yeah, I'm not sure when the next one is. Any ideas?
Not next week, maybe the week after next.
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks' time. So,
got to recover from this one.
If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment below. Hit the subscribe button to follow the next adventure. And share on social media. And catch you on the next one.
Digging through a closet, walled cities, past lives and boxes.